to the live custom stream. This is our live custom stream setup right here. Pretty cool. So, have you ever seen this part, Butch? Pretty nifty, isn't it? That's our microphone. If you touch that, it'll be. They'll hear a bunch of it.
Kind of moved out of the way.
Yeah, don't move stuff out of the way. Hey, hello everyone. Sean Symons. Look at Butch is here too. Woo! We're actually over here at the Paramotor facility over at runintothesky.org, a nonprofit to help disabled veterans learn to run into the sky. And if they can't run to the sky, we have adaptive paramotors that we can build from scratch. Not scratch like cat scratch, but actually we can build them, man. Really cool stuff. I wish we had more time to go through and look at all this stuff over here, but we only have an hour tonight. So we're on just a couple of minutes early, and we're going to say hello to everybody on the panel. What's up, everybody on the panel? Woohoo! Everybody. Man, what a wonderful day. Somebody said that I look like Hulk Hogan, so Hulk Hogan. I don't know how he says anything. All right, JB, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you joining us tonight. I know that you've been working like a diggity dog.
Yeah, we've been working hard at getting our mobile trailer and stuff all set up and ready to go, getting different fly-ins and stuff lined up. And, you know, we've been pretty busy trying out some new things. So still got to take Mondays off, come in and pop in and teach you guys a little bit.
Well, that's really awesome. Definitely appreciate that. So you're going to be going to different fly-ins, and you're going to be hanging out at different fly-ins and supporting your merch store, right? Because you got a lot of really cool stuff.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of custom work right now. I'm trying to get set up where I can do event tumblers and mugs and stuff at the events for their event. So if I'm at an event, you want one of the mugs or something, you have to be at that event. That's just kind of how I'm working it.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to be doing the spinny wheel. Right? Is that right? Will fly? Will?
Will. Yeah, that'll
Will tonight. So you said that you want to give some stuff away. What are we giving away tonight, JB?
I'll give away a couple of JB decals, jbppg.com decals.
Okay, that's awesome. So how are we going to make sure that they get their decals, whoever wins?
Oh yeah, you got to head over to jbppg.com, make that free account over there, and then I'll know exactly where to send it to.
That is awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know that you're really busy with all the stuff going on and giving away stuff on the show. So definitely appreciate you, bro.
Not a problem.
We also got our maple syrup smelling money guy. Does everybody know him as the maple syrup guy? Or do they know him as Jim?
Call him.
All right.
I just now started calling him Jim, but I still call him maple syrup money.
So you should change your name, Jim, to maple syrup money. Welcome to the show, buddy. I'm glad that you're here.
I'm just thinking, if I'm maple syrup money, then that's way better than being called 50 cent, because that's $100 bill.
There you go, maple.
All right, maple syrup smelling money. Oh, Jim from Canada, eh? What's it all about? Tell us about your decals.
I got decals, and it's about getting them printed. That's what it is. So
Jim is awesome, guys. Yeah. Jim is awesome. I'm telling you, Jim is just incredible.
If you want to get something printed, connect with us, and we'll make sure it gets done for you. We can do decals, calendars, whatever you need. In fact, we'll give a calendar away today for the PPG calendar. So in order to, if you win, then go to paramotorcalendar.com or ppgcalendar.com and sign in, and send us your info, and we'll make sure that you get it.
That is awesome. What if people want to go to your carepp.com or Paramotor Calendar or ppgcalendar.com and get 10% off? Is there a 10% off thing?
Oh yeah, there is. There's this guy.
I don't know. Is that old guy?
That the Hogan
the
guy?
Guy that's really forgetful, not the maple syrup guy, but the grandpa guy. That grandpa guy. That's it. Yeah. Mention the PPG grandpa and you'll get 10% off.
That's excellent. I like to be 10% off. JB, am I worth 10% off too, or am I just an old grandpa?
Like always, 10%.
All
And
right.
see how you twist your arm like that?
Yeah, I like that, but
20%.
I'm 20% now,
You
man.
got
I just
20.
I need more people to give me
Yeah,
10%
buddy.
off, so I'm like 100% eventually. So, Jim, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody knows you as the maple syrup guy, so enjoy that one for the rest of your life. Ha! And definitely appreciate you giving away that PPG calendar over at ppgcalendar.com. All right, we also got our very own Linda Anderson with the pom-poms. Choo, 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 choo.
Welcome, everybody. It's Monday night, the only place to be, right here with all of us crazies. Yeah, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Sit back, enjoy the show, grab those snacks. You know, it's going to be a good one. We got Mike Madsloper in the house tonight. I'm super excited, super psyched about it. And I just want to welcome everybody on Monday night. And if you want to be a guest on the show, sorry, Miss Molly shares the desk with me. As you can tell, my monitor is going all over the place. If you want to be a guest on the show, just get up on my Facebook, ParamontUSA.com, which takes you to my Facebook. And you can DM me or call or whatever and say, hey, I want to be on your show, Paramount, and I'll get you all set up. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
You notice it's her show. It's not the grandpa's anymore. I thought
Nope.
this was mine, but nope. It's Linda's show. Welcome,
my
welcome
show.
everybody to Linda's show.
Mhm.
Woo!
That's right. You would think like the way this the monitor's going, you know, I'm like sitting on a boat or something here. Like I said, me and Miss Molly, we share the desk now on Monday nights. So is what it is for right, you know, for now. But
That's
anyway.
good. It's kind of like this, right? It's like, Molly,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, she don't care. She thinks
know,
it's
Linda
just-
says if the screens are rocking, don't come a knocking.
I'm telling you, one of these days we're gonna have to do a podcast while flying. So it'd be like, hey everybody, we're flying on a paramotor.
there you go.
It's not
That's
Miss
funny.
Molly. I swear it ain't. It's not. We're really on the.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
this-
very much, Linda. We definitely appreciate you. It's
Thank
always-
you guys. I love it. Thank you
If you
so
want to
much.
be on her show, make sure you go to ParamontUSA.com. It does forward over to her Facebook page. Just PM her and say, yo, I want to be on your show because I don't know who that grandpa guy is.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes. There you
Yeah.
go. You said it right.
I did. Yes, I did. We also got our very own Scuba Steve. I've seen Scuba Steve on Adam Sandler's show, and you don't look the same, man. I don't understand.
I don't have my scuba gear on, man. We're gonna-
Oh, that's it. You don't have your
That's
That's
scuba.
it, man. That's it. So, yeah, I do a show on Fridays, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time called Scuba's Hangout. Come out there, check it out. You can mention PPG Grandpa on my show, and it'll get you not a damn thing. I'll have a shop. And besides, it's Linda's show anyway, right? So, yeah, there you go. And I just noticed that Will is doing the Madonna thing or something. What's on your right arm?
My right arm.
Yeah,
This thing?
that's
These are-
a
these
lot
are
of things.
A fly hand.
Oh, that's your fly hand. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My fly hand. Yeah, my fly hand.
Where
And
there's
they're
the
just-
will.
There's
that's
the
cool.
bands for the fly hands.
That's a lot.
It's
Wow.
like kind of like those bands that they put on you when you go to the amusement park. Is that what it is? That's what it is. You visit amusement parks during the week, and those are all the bands, right?
So those are his friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I think I'd rather be referred to as Hulk Hogan. I don't know about Madonna.
But he needs like a yellow tank top for that, though. Different color bandana.
Is
that's all right. Somebody asked me before, didn't know anything about PPG, right? And they said, and they found out that was PPG Grandpa. They're like, Powered Puff Girls? Wrong PPG, but thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm Powered Puff
Oh,
Girl
nice.
Grandpa.
Powerpuff
Nice to
Girls.
meet you.
There you go.
Powerpuff Girl Grandpa. There we go.
oh, that's hilarious.
That is kind of
Oh my
funny.
God.
Yeah.
I gotta
Let's
like
have
change
some
the back
cheerleader
screen to pink
videos.
now or something. I don't know.
All right. And how do we get to your show, Scuba Steve?
Go to paramotordude.com. That'll take you right over to my YouTube channel. It's the easiest way to find it, because if you look up scuba on YouTube, you're going to be going in circles for a long time. So
Is
Don't
that
do
like is that swimming in circles because you're Scuba Steve?
there you go. You got it.
Sounds good. Well, thank
No
you, Scuba
imposes.
Steve. Definitely appreciate you. Glad that you're here on the panel. We also got Will Fly from Will Fly PPG Wasabi.
Yo, what's going on? Good to be here Monday night with buddy Mike Dantonio. It's really good to have you on the show, man. Seriously. But I've just been doing mostly yard work. Haven't done any flying lately because the wind's been terrible. Now is when you'll tell me that I'm on mute probably after I shut
Are you
off.
on mute again? Oh my gosh, that's crazy, man.
But no, it's good to be here. And I'm getting ready to replace the elbow on my exhaust. So that'll be a first for me. First crack, first fix. And yeah, that's about all.
Well, tell us really quick about your Just the Tip, and have you had any more amazing videos popping up, or were you slacked off a wee bit?
Just the tip popping up. Yeah, no, I'm working on number 10. It'll be, I said last week it'd be coming out this week, but I'm not going to say when it's coming out, but it should be soon. I'm working on it. Just leave it at that. And if you want to check out my videos, you can go to youtube.com/willfly or willflyppg.com online.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Good that you're here. Will is going to be putting all of your names in the spinny wheel of winning things. So make sure you tag at Will and let him know that you are here and you want to be on the spinning wheel so you can win something. I just love how he did the spinny wheel. Hey, I saw in the super chat that John Wayne's coming to Arkansas. John Wayne, come on over to school. Let's go fly, buddy. Now, you know that this is a podcast and we have some amazing guests. Well, tonight we're going to meet the legend. Everybody knows Madsloper. We've seen him all over the place all the time. He's always typing something in the super chat. And guess what? We got him here today. Welcome, Madsloper. Woo!
Thank you.
Good to have you, buddy. So your name is really not Mad Sloper, Mr. Mad Sloper. It's something different. What is your name?
No, it's Mike Dantonio, and to be here. Finally made it. I know Linda Paramom has been bugging me for a while to get on the show, but I figured, just wait some time, get some seat time, and get some experience with the SP-140. So we can talk about that and anything else you guys want.
I'm sure that people are looking at the back and seeing these machines on your wall. So we might have to talk about those in the future for sure. But right now, you said that you have been a paraglider for a long time. How long have you been paragliding, and what's your go-to wing and harness?
Well, I've been only paragliding like 2 years now, and started in 2021. And my wing is a Nuvik Hook 5, and I fly a Nuvik harness. So I went to school over in Santa Barbara for a 2-week course to get my USPA rating, P2. And got by the time I was done the school over there, I had 75 flights there. And since then, I've gone on and completed like 80 flights in paragliding. So just last flight was on Friday night for an hour, had a nice glass off on the mountain out here on Jean Slope. And it was just like pure joy flying.
So I know there's a lot of people out there that love to paraglide. I think Linda's son is one of them. I've done the paragliding stuff before too, but I think my love is paramotoring. So I see that you were paragliding and now you moved over to the dark side of the force of flying with a motor on your back. So your first motor that you got was not a typical motor that you put in 2-stroke and pull start it. You decide I'm going to go with something with a battery right away. You went with the SP-140, right?
Yeah, that's right. I went with the SP-140. I guess it's mainly, I got a lot of experience with, you see behind me, the RC planes and lithium ion electric. Everything I fly nowadays is electric. I think I haven't flown a nitro RC airplane in like 10 years. So everything's electric. So I figured easiest thing, don't have to deal with, the maintenance and the downtime and having to put the, stable and stuff like that into the tank and dealing with carburetor gum up and everything. I just figured it'd be easier just to go with something a little less maintenance, it's but my first flight was on a two-stroke. It was on an Atom 80. Believe it or not, as big as I am, I can't believe I got up at the Salton Sea last September with Danielo Mendez and Stay Bad Paramotors with his Atom 80.
I'm telling you, even Grandpa Hulk Hogan, I mean, that wants to go fly. That's my go-to, man. Is a Atom 80, and I'm heavier than you. What you said that you're what 215 soaking wet with all your gear?
Yeah, 215, but that's at Salton Sea. That's below sea level, and it took forever to get up. He actually had to tell me this, get off the throttle, because I was on full throttle for so long to try and climb out. He's like, oh, you got to take it easy on that throttle a little bit, like kind of back off. But yeah, and I flew that actually with my paragliding wing, so that was pretty good. That was my first flight with him. And then in that same day, then I moved on to get my first flight with the electric paramotor later on. So
All right, so your first flight was an Atom 80, and then you went to an SP-140. Now, have you ever put it from beginner mode to sport mode? Because that's what I flew mine in, was sport mode.
No, I've only flown it in the chill mode, because I just figured it has enough power as it is. I mean, in chill mode, it just goes. And I was kind of looking at keeping the throttle, kind of taming the throttle a little bit as first 50 flights at least on the electric, and then eventually I'll go to the sport mode, for that added power. But yeah, I haven't had a need really yet to go into sport mode, but I will. I'm sure I will in time.
I'm telling you, the sport mode's awesome. And I don't know who flies what, but flying an Atom 80, EOS 100, the HE 125, the Moster 185, Blackhawk 220, I've flown them all, right? So the one that mimics the SP 140 the most is a 220 cc in sport mode, that is.
Wow, that's got some power then, huh?
It has some serious power. It can really boom, get your butt up there. So you said your Atom 80 that you first tried over with Staybed, you had on your paragliding wing. Now paragliding wings are known to have lots of lift, so it felt pretty lifty for you, especially on Salton Sea, right?
Yeah, especially at Salton Sea. It didn't take all that long to get up off the ground, but the climb rate wasn't the greatest. It took a long time to get up to comfortable height, 400 or 500 feet on your first flight and cruise around. But I mean, it once you got up there and then you back off, you didn't have to stay on the throttle really, heavily. It cruised along pretty good.
So you think, have you made a transition? Do you think you're strictly paramotor now, or do you still want to paraglide?
Oh, I still like the paraglide.
So what about the Scout Zero? Have you seen the Scout Zero?
The Scout, oh, that new one? Yeah, that's real spendy.
It's expensive, but it's basically it's kind of like a paramotor for paragliding pilots. It's just a hoop with a motor, no frame, and then you got the pod that you slide into, and then you use your paragliding wing. But yeah, it looks pricey.
What is it? What is it called? What is it called?
The Scout Zero.
Scout Zero.
Yeah.
Is that like the Is that like the pod?
Yeah, it's a pod. It doesn't have, and actually you can't sit it down like you would a normal paramotor because it doesn't have a frame. So there's a stand that you get and it sits back on that stand. So it's literally really light because it's just the motor with a hoop and then the pod that you get into. That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of
I think
like
they
a
run
Nirvana,
like
but it's got
1 gallon.
Sorry.
It's bigger than the pod. It looks, the frame is bigger than the pod's kind of like a self-enclosed thing, right?
Oh, like the ducted pod that the
Yeah,
Russian
That's
company
not
had?
like.
Yeah.
No, it's an Atom 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made so that you can, like, if you live on a flat land, you can get up and then turn the motor off and just glide thermals. That's what it's made for. So,
Cool.
I mean, but they're pricey. I think they're like 12.5 or something like that.
Yeah, they're like
It's only 7,842. Look at that.
Well, that's European, whatever the hell.
you gotta
Convert that
convert
over to
brother.
US.
Euros. That's euros.
Euros. Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Really expensive. Then they got VATs. You see all those added if you go back up, Will?
Yeah,
Yeah.
9,000.
Below there where it says 94.10 40 euro
Oh, yeah.
includes VATs because the Europeans, if you ever noticed, they like tax products as they're being made. Like they don't tax the end, they tax the end product, but like every part that gets manufactured pays a tax. So that's what you see. It's almost like 1,600 euros more.
Oh my gosh, that's just tax?
Yeah, that's tax. 1,600 euros in tax.
Man, that's
Crazy.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 12.5, like I was saying.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
high.
I mean, I looked at it and I thought about it and I got on his email list.
Yeah.
And it has a 1 gallon gas tank, I think he uses, or a half a gallon. So maybe a 1 gallon. And like you said, the stand, you have to have the special stand to mount the motor to.
Yeah.
And then you go and get into the harness and then lift it up, and then strap into your harness. And, I think he's running, it might be a 135 prop on there, I think. But, for an Atom 80, I'm sure that's probably a big prop, right? Is that big for an Atom 80?
I didn't see the size. What
yeah,
was
what,
it?
Yeah, I
what
did.
size was it? Was
But
that
I think it's
that's
a 135
135 is big for an Atom 80.
Yeah.
for an Atom 80. I think he's running a larger prop, with a different gear reduction and stuff
You
like
would
that.
definitely have to with that size, absolutely. And the thing is, though, you can go up in your Atom 80 with a motor mountain wing, and the one that I like the best is the Gen Vantage 3. It's a motor mountain wing, right? So you can go up and hike and fly if you want to, and you can hook on your paramotor if you want to. So what I like to do is to take it up midday, right, with an Atom 80 because it's definitely lighter, and that way I can basically thermal, get up there, turn off the Atom 80, fly around, have a good time. And if I need power, start her up and go again.
Hey, Brian Franz said so that's without value added tax. Is that what VAT stands for? Value added tax?
I think that's it.
I fail to see the value in it, tell you the truth. I don't see the value is that it's $1,600 you ain't getting back. I mean, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
Man, we went off on a tangent a wee bit. So before we start going back again, hey, Will, is there anybody posted any questions in the super chat?
Yeah, Shane's Planet Shane had it's kind of a twofer. He's talking about the electric. He says, it seems great, but why can't the controllers or batteries handle long-term sustained amp draw? And
Well,
I don't know.
well, the batteries that they're using are the lithium ion, and they're only rated, each cell is probably rated at 5 amps probably. So if you multiply 5 times, and it's 11, it's 24 cells, right? So 5 times 24, So it could handle 125 amps constant, right? But 125 amps at that voltage. I know I cruise. Now my cruise is a lot less efficient for some reason because maybe my wing, my weight, and my altitude, my MSL is a lot higher than what the original guy, Paul and Zach, who developed this, would get. They get 55 minutes to an hour, and they seem to be cruising at like 4 kilowatts. And my cruise is like at 6.1 kilowatts. Okay. Which equates to roughly like 68 amps. So I can cruise at 68 amps and not hurt the batteries. But if you want to try and cruise at, pulling 10 kilowatts, you're going to kill the battery over time. It's like double what it really should be. They just didn't, the battery technology has to advance more so that you can have a higher amp draw. Obviously, we want higher amp draw for more power and more efficiency, last longer and less weight, because that battery is like 47 pounds for the 1 hour battery. So my frame is like 83 pounds with my reserve on it.
Wow, have you ever thought about actually using a trike on it? I actually have a student that's going to be coming in a month or so that wants the SP140 on a trike. So this will be the first time to actually see if something like this would work. But I was wondering, have you thought about that before? Or have you heard about it
No,
yet?
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do a trike. I wanted something more compact, easy to pack away, because I take it apart and put it in the back seat of my truck. So I like breaking it down. But the original guys, Zach and Paul, have developed a system for a trike, and they put it on a trike, but you have to use 2 batteries because of the added weight and drag, and especially if you're doing like a tandem. They were doing a tandem. So you have a big tandem wing that's like what, 39 square meters, 38. And then you have 2 passengers, 2 guys that are 215 pounds each, 200 pounds each. And then the weight of a trike, they flew it accidentally on 1 battery, and it about killed the battery. It didn't have enough power, barely. It looked like they were flying an Atom 80 trying to climb out with 2 guys, right? And then they eventually figured out that they didn't put the 2 batteries together. But once they put the 2 batteries powered up together, it was fine. But that's a lot of weight on and a lot of amp draw for those batteries, even though it's 2 of them. But yeah, it can be done. Probably a retracted trike would be better.
That's what I was thinking. Something that just
Yeah.
bolts on like a light trike, not to power a dedicated trike.
Yeah, the dedicated trikes would be, I think, too heavy, and you could do it. There's guys that have done it down in Australia where they did it, but they used 2 batteries for that. So that's a lot of weight. You're talking about, 94 pounds, 95 pounds in battery alone.
Wouldn't you be able to compensate with the different wing though, or a bit larger wing?
Absolutely. You should be able to. The bigger the wing, the more load you can handle for sure.
And because it's consistently, your weight doesn't change, you can keep your efficiency throughout. So that should be nice too.
Yeah,
but
when you get it dialed in, how about the balancing of the batteries? Does the software handle that?
the
Does it like,
balancing. Yeah, there is a balancing, they call it a BMS. It's a battery management system that's inside the battery, and it's connected to all the cells, so it balances the cells. And the newer batteries, unlike mine, because I got like the batch 2, the newer ones that come with the Bluetooth capable. So you can connect it to your phone, and it has an app, and you can sit there and see all the cells, and you can manage it, and you can tell it like, okay, I want a lower cutoff. Like if you want to get a little bit longer flight time, now you're going to, degrade your batteries quicker, and some people don't want to cut off at all, which, is probably a good thing. I would rather ruin a battery if I'm flying over a lake and I can get across over to land than landing this thing in the water. You know what I mean? I would sacrifice a battery and the system just for my safety, you know? So
Now, when your battery gets low, does it just suddenly drop or does it ease down?
it kind of eases down. I mean, and the controller has an LCD panel and it tells you the voltage, your amp draw, your kilowatts, and it tells you your altitude. And then it also has like a bar graph that goes from green, yellow to red, and it tells you a percentage of battery that you have left. And I've flown mine down to under load while cruising at that 6 amps. I've flown it to where it was at 10%. And I didn't want to go down below that because I felt like I want to have a go around, and I did do a go around. And on the go around, it climbed, but it was, you know, if I have the advantage of flying out at a dry lake bed where there's absolutely nothing to hit for 2 miles, you know, so I can slowly climb out. But if someone had a tree lined, you know, LZ, you might be in the trees if you run it too low because you're not going to have the power to climb out. You know, so you just got to watch. You learn over time as you fly it more and more what you can do and how far you can push it. But some guys have had, with the newer batteries, cut off. You know, they've had it cut off on them, and it's basically like a motor out. You know, it is because you can't restart it. You know, so.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, it is 7:30 right now, or 7:27, almost 7:30, and we're going to be doing the spinning wheel of anything. So make sure that you say hello to Will in the super chat. Let him know that you are here and you want to be on that spinny wheel. Spinny
Yes.
wheel. I love
Good
that.
luck, everybody.
Spinny wheel. We're going to be doing that in about 15 minutes. So you got 15 minutes to make sure that Will has your name on the spinny wheel. Make sure you hit that like because that really helps us. And we definitely appreciate that. That shows that you really like us. And guess
There you
what?
go.
We like you too. And that's what we hear every Monday night.
That's right.
I know, right?
We could do a screenshot.
We should do a
Stupid Steve
screenshot.
is frozen.
So, where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? Oh, Linda took them off.
Scooby, for a minute there, you had me. I thought that you were frozen.
Scooby.
I was like, is
Oh,
he?
no.
Is he?
Oh man, look at that. It is Hulk Hogan. All right, you ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at night, so I...
Oh, my ears.
Hey, who sings that? Not me.
You did
Not
something.
me.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Corey Hart. Isn't his name Corey Hart?
That sounds right.
All I'm saying is let him
No,
sing it and
that
not
was-
me, right?
Corey Hart was.
Why
an
do I
actor.
know that? What the hell? Okay. Oh, because I'm an 80s guy. That's
I thought.
I don't remember that song.
He was an actor.
All right.
you don't remember that song.
Kevin Hart's an actor.
Kevin Hart, yeah. That's the other little actor. Corey Hart was the actor back in the 80s.
It's called I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Really? Have you not heard that, Miss Linda?
No.
Oh, well, we need to play it eventually for you. Not now because
now
kick us
I'm
out
gonna
and
Google it.
can yell at us. All right. So we only have Mike until 8 o'clock, which is about 30 more minutes from now. So we have 15 minutes to go over the rest of his story, the rest of his adventures. And then we're going to spin the wheel and then we're going to slowly bleed out and we'll be done by 8 o'clock tonight. And don't forget, guys,
Yes.
we have our new website, runintothesky.org. It's not set up for mobile yet, but if you check it out on your computer, runintothesky.org, it's looking really pretty. And I'm really excited about that. Oh, we got our plumbing run. We got our electricity run. Got the slab that's going to be put out there Friday. And our school's going to be built
Awesome.
for this nonprofit organization. And it's all because of you guys that have helped us out with amazing donation. RunToTheSky.org. Hit that donation. We got more information down below about Run to the Sky. Anything that you can possibly do for us, it definitely helps. Anything that you, if you want to use our super chat right now too, all of our proceeds go over to Run to the Sky, and we definitely appreciate y'all. Don't forget those thumbs up. All right, let's
I know
go.
what Will's doing.
What's Will doing?
I'm not going to say, but I can guess what Will's doing right now.
What? You can see both hands.
No.
What are you talking about, Scuba?
I don't know, man. He's got my curiosity up.
I think he's getting a particular picture for the wheel. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. all right.
Okay.
Oh, you weren't doing that, man. I was like, for sure he's doing that right now. Because it looked like he was clicking, looking for something. I was like, oh, he's doing it.
Thought for sure you was gonna say rigging it.
No, not rigging it.
All the way.
Oh, man.
All right.
Hey,
Looks like.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Oh, whoa. So, Madsloper, what are those things behind you? Inquiring minds want to know.
oh yeah,
They're drones.
definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are FPV racing wings. So first person view,
Right.
RC racing wings. And I used to run a local chapter for a place called Multi GP. It's a big drone racing league, and we used to race the wings out here in the desert.
Man, that doesn't even look like a drone. That looks like
Well, it's not a drone, it's a wing, like a Delta wing.
Oh, okay.
Get off the wall for you so you could see. So it's a flying wing.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
It's like a green gobbler from Spider.
I've seen somebody else with one of those, but I didn't
Green
know.
gobbler?
Yeah.
Did you say gobbler?
Yeah,
I think it was a goblin.
yeah, green gobbler and whatever it was from
The
Superman.
motor in the back.
That's Pac-Man
Camera.
version of
That's
Spider-Man.
awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Delta wing.
Pretty cool.
Hey, go ahead
Uh-huh.
and show it again. I'll spotlight you. Everyone else is talking, so go ahead and show it again real quick. I don't think. There we go. So is that a what is that on the top there? Is that like a solar panel?
This is just the hatch. This is the hatch where you put your electronics in, like your
Okay.
speed controller for the motor, your receiver, your video transmitter. Then the battery goes up here. Then we got the camera up front. And then these are the servos. And these are just fences that keep the wing a little bit more stable when you're turning.
How fast does that go, man? It looks like it goes really fast.
Yeah, it does like 120.
What?
What?
Yeah, about 120 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, my fastest wing that I don't use that I haven't raced it, but it does like 165.
Dang.
You could literally do circles around us paramotor people.
Yeah, it would be. I wouldn't want to fly it around the paramotor guys. It just they go pretty quick, and if the video goes out, there's no fail safe other than just shut it off and let it land wherever.
Oh no GPS or anything?
No, we do because we're flying these in close proximity, probably in the size of a football field. Maybe 2 football fields long. So we're not worried. Some of my other stuff that I fly, FPV, has GPS and return to home and all that good stuff.
Right.
Now, my question is, what goggles are you using for those?
I use the Fat Shark HDO 2s. So they're just Fat Shark goggles.
Yeah, that's what we use for our drones.
I haven't gotten into the digital stuff. So I have so much invested in the analog. It's kind of like, no. If I would have started in the beginning, I would, get the digital stuff. Pictures a lot better. But yeah.
I was
Well,
gonna-
Butch fly, also known as the green gobbler.
all right, you're the green gobbler now.
Goblin.
I would like to say hello to Mila and to No Avail that has joined us in the live audio stream over at Podbean. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, what's up? Checking out your podcast. Check mine out if you get a minute. I will to No Avail. Welcome. All right. So anyway, we have about 10 more minutes to spin the spinning wheel. Hey, to no avail, if you go to iflyparamotors.com, it'll take you over to this live stream. And if you want to, you can be in the super chat and possibly win something. We're going to spin the wheel here in about 10 minutes. All right, guys, let's see. Any questions on the panel?
Sure. So how many flights or how many hours do you have on this electric paramotor?
Right now, I have 21 flights on it and roughly like 9 hours on it so far. So it's
Were some of them flights like 10 minutes long? I'm just trying.
some are like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I got up there a couple of times and the weather was bad.
Right.
It was getting a little like I was trying to figure out when to fly here out in the desert, and sometimes you go in the evening and you go out to the dry lake bed and there's dust devils ripping across there and you're like, I don't think I want to fly now.
Right.
And then, even though it gets calm and then you go up and then it's, there's a certain layer. I remember going up one night, half hour before sunset. And if you were above 300 feet, it was rough.
That's what my dog said. Rough.
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 And,
yeah, rough.
And other times, you can go up high and it's better. But so some of those flights I've had where it was kind of rough, so I just landed quick, sooner.
Do you monitor the winds aloft?
Oh yeah, I look at numerous weather apps. So I look at those, but I tend to fly. I like to just go up to about 500-600 feet and then adjust my trims back in to where the wing is rated to be a low B wing, and then then I'll either go down, probably cruise around 10, 15, 20 feet, go around there, or stay up high depending on how the weather is, but
Right. So how many of y'all went up and the weather was good? You go up and you're like, oh, it's a little bumpy, but it's okay. But then you fly for almost an hour. And by the time you land, it's really bad. Has that happened to you? Has it happened to me? I'm just wondering. Nobody?
I know I have went up that was really bad once, and then that was an emergency flight home, 4 miles away to land in a field. I could not wait to get down.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I went up at 6:30 in the morning. It was the crack of dawn. And by 7:30, it was like tornado of terror. I had to land. And I was like, that was bad, man. I didn't want to do that again.
No, that you're the only person that's ever happened to, Steve.
Apparently.
So Mike, where does Madsloper come from?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Well, it's probably about 12, 14 years ago. I started flying on the slope out here, slope soaring airplanes and wings. And I used to take people up to this one big mountain, and it would be blowing like 50, 60 miles an hour. They're like, there's no way we're flying. And I'm like, yeah, you can, if your plane's heavy enough, you can. But I used to go up in just any kind of weather just to fly. I was so addicted to sloping on the hills out here in Nevada. And I would go to California and drive 4 or 5 hours to go fly too. So someone said, "You're mad." It's like, okay, Madsloper.
So
know?
you were flying the current that's coming off of the mountain or the ridge?
Oh yeah, yeah, off of the ridge. So I was doing in California to do what's called dynamic soaring. With big carbon planes, and get them flying 350, 400 miles an hour. I think the current record is like 545 miles an hour, something like that, just off of the wind. So these are pretty big fixed wing, tailed carbon fiber planes that weigh anywhere from 10
Do
pounds.
they, I got a question. Do they give you a warranty on the battery? I mean, how many cycles are those batteries rated for?
Oh, he gives you a 2-year warranty on the battery, and they're estimating at least 500 cycles, maybe even up to 700 cycles, as long as you don't abuse them. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Right.
So, don't. It's like lithium ions. You don't leave them fully charged. You leave them at half charge. So I actually went, because I had some flights where like this, where the weather's bad, and here I got a battery that's still charged, and I don't want to, I might not be able to fly for 2 weeks because of weather or something else. So I went and bought an inverter that is capable of handling up to 105 volts all the way down to 75 volts, and it's a 1500 watt inverter, so it inverts it from AC to DC. I mean DC to AC. And so now I can at least put my battery at storage and have the peace of mind that I'm not trashing my battery, if I don't fly the full half hour, So,
Good.
So you don't drain your battery, you just use the inverter.
well, I haven't used the inverter yet. I just got the inverter last week, but usually I would fly the battery all the way to half hour. And actually, when I go home, I would only have to plug it into the charger for like 20, 30 minutes, and it would bring it back up to storage charge. So I've never taken it way down to where it took a long time to get it to storage. And sometimes if I know, okay, I can go out in 2, 3 days, I'm not really sweating having it still at 70 or 80% charge. It's more like you don't want it sitting at full charge for like 2 weeks. It's bad for the battery. So
Okay.
There was it wasn't a question, it was kind of a question, but I wanted to share this. James we were kind of wondering about and I'm wondering about this too, but they have to cut back on weight somehow, right? With paramotors and wings. I mean, it's all about, bringing the weight down as much as possible. Would you say that the frame is less rigid, or does it feel as rigid as any other frame, say like the one you had when you were flying the Atom 80?
Oh no, it's less rigid. It's built as light as possible.
Okay, so that's the question. Like, if you were doing a forward launch, do you feel flex?
I don't do power forwards, so I mean I just do normal forwards. I wouldn't think a power forward is good, because I've seen some guys that have tried that and they bend the hoop.
Okay.
So they look at their hoop later on and it's like oblong because one side got pulled down. So yeah, it's not really something that you want to do power forwards with. And if it's windy, I wouldn't do any forward launches. If you could do a reverse launch, I would go to a reverse launch, just because of the frame. The hoop is made out of aluminum, so it's not a steel heavy duty double hoop or anything like that.
I'd wonder about putting a retractor trike on it then. I mean,
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that would be some of the guys that have done the trike thing. They've actually modified and put a second hoop, and they put some guide wires to help, like, with the flex by putting, wires on the sides halfway up or 1/3 the way up the hoop and attaching it towards the front of the front wheel of the trike, just to help with the strain of, taking off with the trike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's pretty much always going to be a powered forward if you're, with the trike. So, I mean, I don't know.
yeah. So it
Can you
can
take
be
the
done.
motor? Can you take that motor off of that frame and put it on another frame? Or is it
Sure.
kind of built in? Well, and can you just buy the motor?
Yeah, you can just buy the motor. You can buy the speed controller and the battery and the prop all separate. And make sure you get the hand speed controller, the throttle. And there's guys that have actually put them on like trikes, like a standard trike, but you have to make up your own plate, obviously your own motor plate,
Yeah.
and figure out a way where you're going to mount the battery and make sure that you get the thrust angle, proper, and the thrust line.
Yeah, those aren't small things to figure out, and the
Yeah.
real to get right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's possible. A lot of people, there's some guys over in Europe that are making their own, like their own trikes and their own paramotors, and they're buying the motors and the speed controller and everything, and they're building, like one guy's building his own battery, and he built this battery that's like twice as big as the one that they sell. And it's and I think he realized he was going to put it on his back, and then he put it onto the paramotor, and this battery is like sticking above his head. And everyone's like, dude, that CG is going to be way off. And if you have a problem, that thing is like going to decapitate you, the battery. Some of the things people come up with, but, I think he ended up mounting it lower. He realized that it was so tall, the battery was like just sticking way up high. So, but some guys have actually done batteries, like two batteries, two small ones, like saddlebags on the side.
That's smart.
To keep them low.
Right.
To kind of drop some of the weight on this. And this frame is like a low hang point, but a high thrust line. It actually pushes you forward, I found, because I did my hang test initially, and I tried to do like a 10 degrees. And then when I went to fly it, I noticed that I had to go like full throttle for a lot. And it was actually, I've noticed in my videos, third person view looking, that I was actually take off the ground. It would get me 4 or 5 feet off the ground, then start pushing me towards the ground until the wing really caught up and got up to speed. And then I would start climbing, because my thrust angle was too low, because the motor, with the thrust line of the motor, was so high on your back that it does like the opposite of what a lot of paramotors do, where they push you up. This one pushes you forward and down. So I've gone to a higher hang angle of like 15 degrees, and I could probably go all the way up to 17, and still I feel like it's kind of, when I'm going along the ground, like when I'm cruising at cruise throttle, it's kind of pushing me along pretty straight, and not so much like an up thrust on the motor.
Well, if you ever get this way, let's do some hang checks and fly it around, fly different wings, see what it's all about. And speaking about what it's all about, how about we do a spinny wheel real quick? And while we're doing the spinny wheel, getting that up and getting ready to go, let's go ahead and continue to talk about your SP140. Now, you said that you got about, 20 some flights on your SP140?
Yep, that 21 flights in about 9 hours flying on it. So, it's going pretty good. Zero maintenance. Haven't had any problems with it whatsoever, other than the initial battery connector had like a spark arrestor in it, and that melted. So I had a hard time getting the connector apart. So I ended up buying a big Anderson connector, kind of like what a lot of guys use for like their 4x4s, and if they have a winch that they connect that to. So I've since then fixed that problem, and don't have any problems with connecting the battery, unconnecting it. I had a couple times where I had to like take the paramotor home with the battery still connected in the back of my truck.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it wouldn't come undone, and I had to get some vice grips or some clamps and stuff in order to get more leverage, more grip to pull them apart. But we don't have to worry about that now.
Interesting. Well, we got the spinny wheel up, and let's go ahead and have Linda, our Paramom USA, say hello to everybody.
Okay, this is my favorite part. Okay, so I'm going to do this real quick. Let me see, we got Don Beville, Kevin Houston in the house, Joe Adele, Bonnie France, Brian France, the other Nick, Kramer, Duck Spit, PPG, Dewey Milstead, Danny Rush, James, Madsloper, John Wayne, Shane Planet Shane, Next Batman, Bill H, Greg Laney, what's going on? Gary Symons and CT Fly. Thank you so much, chatters. Good luck to everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate y'all.
Definitely appreciate it. Let's go ahead and give away the PPG. What do you call that? What do we call that, Jim? PPG
Calendar.
Oh, I thought you were going to say maple syrup. Okay, darn it. All right, we're not going to give away PPG maple syrup. We are going to be giving away maple syrup smelling calendar. Is that it? Jim, tell us all about that and what you do for us over at careppe.com.
Yeah, this is not going to smell like maple syrup.
Oh, I don't know, Bill in there.
As Tony Marzano would say, just saying. But yeah, calendar with it's almost halfway done the year, so it's only half as good. But you can definitely use this calendar for the rest of the year, or you can just look at the beautiful pictures. Oh, and
There you go.
on that note, if you've got any awesome pictures, some of your favorite pictures, you can post them at PPG Calendar. You can submit them for next year's calendar. So get those in there. We've got a few entries, some really pretty, beautiful pictures, but we could use more.
There you go.
I'm going to be sending in my Hulk Hogan looking look and a couple of paramotors behind me, and hopefully we'll have some Hulk Hogan pictures on the next PPG calendar.
Oh, Lord.
Centerfold.
Oh, centerfold. There we go.
That's
All right, Jim. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you for everything you do, Jim. Make sure you run over to carepp.com for all of your printing and calendar needs. And of course, if you just tell Jim, the maple syrup guy, that you heard of PPG Grandpa, he'll give you 10% off of anything that you want.
You bet.
Yes.
All right, spinny wheel.
There we go.
Spin that wheel.
All
Spin.
right.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Round and round and round she goes. I think it's going to be Joe.
I
No,
think
you-
it's gonna
Don
be
Belleville.
Kevin Houston. I'm gonna say Kevin.
I think it's going to be, you know what? Madsloper's on there. So you know what? He wins all the time. So even though he's the guest, he's probably going to win again.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, I know, right? Bonnie wins everything. It's rigged for Bonnie.
I love it. It was so fun meeting Brian and Bonnie at the fly-in. We had so much fun. So cool.
They are characters.
They're
Love them
awesome
to death.
people.
I hope to meet we see one of these days. We run into each other.
Kevin Houston, Kevin Houston, Kevin Houston.
Did I call it? Did I call it? Did
I said
call it?
Joe, but it looks like it's going to be
You-
Kevin.
Called
Did I
it.
call it?
I called
You
Joe.
did.
You called Kevin.
Houston.
Kevin Houston. Woo!
See,
Right.
Congratulations, Kevin Houston. You are the
Am
proud
I-
owner.
I'm
of
like,
PPG
I have
calendar.
the psychic ability on these shows. I'm telling you, Will.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like? It sounds more like you're rigging it, Paramount. So you know, watch your ESPN, all right?
Yeah, your 100% accuracy rate is kind of suspicious.
Actually,
I guess
actually,
that
I would
a
like for
lot.
you. I'd like for you to tell me my next lottery numbers.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, right.
Can I get the Powerball?
Congratulations. That's awesome. I called it. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of myself.
Sure did, you lucky duck. I don't know how you did that. I called Joe.
That's
and
not the first
Mike
time.
had-
I know. That's pretty cool.
Well, I think Mike is going to have to say the next one, but obviously he's going to say Madsloper wins. Madsloper wins.
No, not
Hey,
tonight.
he's got
Give it
that
away.
cool shirt on, so he's representing.
He's
Yes,
representing the paragliding truck.
paraglidingchalk.com.
This one doesn't count.
This one doesn't count.
No,
No.
Why are you doing that one then?
I hit it by accident.
Oh, gotcha. Well, JB from JBPPG.com is going to hook us up with another prize. So how about we talk with JB real quick and tell us all about your company, what you do for us, and Will is going to get that spinny wheel up again.
So essentially I deal a lot with vinyl decals. I make a lot of mugs, tumblers, hard can koozies. I'm doing those now too. So I'm in the process of making a traveling trailer where I go to these different fly-ins, different events, different things, and I can do all that custom work right there. So you got your favorite flying picture like PPG Mom's got down there, Paramount, right? I can make that on the spot for you. You walk away with it. So
And how do we get to your site, sir?
that'd be jbppg.com, right here behind me here.
That's really fast. How about for the people that are listening, go a little bit slower for old grandpas like me?
jbppg.com.
And PPG stands for Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
I got your power.
All right, JB Powerpuff Girls. We definitely appreciate you. And obviously, too, if you want to get something over at jbppg.com, make sure you use the coupon code PPG Grandpa, Powerpuff Girl Grandpa,
yes.
and you get 10% off.
Maybe it should
I
be
see.
Hogan Grandpa for a month.
Got their names in there. Yeah, I see next Batman and Cowboy John in the house. Welcome.
But whoever wins, they gotta make
And
sure
Bill
they sign up
H.
with their address so that I know where to send it to.
I love it.
Excellent. So,
This one
Mike,
counts.
you're Madsloper. So tell us, who do you think is going to win this spinning wheel?
Oh, I'm thinking Bonnie. Bonnie wins a lot.
Bonnie wins a lot. Everybody knows Bonnie.
Yeah.
I'm saying Bill H.
I'll say Deweese.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Joe again because he was almost there last time.
Wow. Man, that's so competitive
That's Bill
tonight.
H.
I love it.
We're probably duck spit.
Yeah, because he's Daffy.
Daffy. That was funny. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be Greg Laney. It's going right by Kramer.
Greg Laney.
Greg Laney.
Greg Laney.
Laney.
Woo,
That's
Yep.
it. All right, congratulations,
All right,
Greg Laney.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
winner, winner,
Greg
chicken
Laney.
dinner.
Oh, what did he win?
You want a
I
decal.
like that, Jim.
What did he win?
Yes, what did he win?
He
What
won
did
a
he win?
decal. I'd show you, but they're all out in the trailer right now. I don't have them in here.
Well, so how does Greg get up with you as far as winning that? And what if people want to get these stickers anyways? How do we go there?
Just go over to jbppg.com. Like I said, they won on there and their name's not the same. They can shoot me an email from there. Let me know who they are. I've encountered that too. And then just shoot me an email from there. You can hit me up on Facebook at James Belville, and I can get right back to you from there too.
Excellent job. Awesome, awesome, opossum. I'm digging it, man. I had a really good time.
Me too.
Sweating out here in the run into the sky.
Oh, on how you
That's
stand
cool.
it.
Well, I'm sitting down. That's how I'm standing it.
You know,
Mhm.
jeez.
Oh, I know that's a grandpa joke. That's worse than dad jokes, right? But yeah, so if you guys don't know already, we have the nonprofit runintothesky.org. We have the website ready for you guys to look at on a computer right now. So go to runintothesky.org. It looks really awesome. We're still working on the mobile view. And once that's all up and running, all up and running, like run into the sky, right? Once it's all running into the sky, we'll let you guys know too. Anyway, so we're building up our school. We have the what do we have going in? What do we have going on?
Well, we got the plumbing run.
Got the plumbing,
Yep, for the
And we-
back room. We got the plumbing still left for the kitchen area.
right?
And we've got the septic tank put in.
Yeah,
this
we did
week.
get the septic in. You
Yes, and we got the fill lines run.
Got the fill lines?
Slab will be poured Friday, so we got to get on the finish the plumbing.
Yep. What's up, big dog?
This is a big.
What's
bear.
up, bear?
Will, an update on the headset. They have cleared customs. He's supposed to have them tomorrow and ship them out.
Oh, nice.
So I should have them by next week's show. I should have the headset. I'll probably already have a video up by then because I want to test the sound quality on it right
I'm
away.
looking forward to it.
Definitely want you to do that because it'd be really awesome. Mike, thank you so much for hanging out with us for that hour, man. I
Yes, thank
appreciate
you, Mike.
it. I can't wait for us to go fly together and see that SP-140 electric paramotor. I want you to fly it, man, and I want you to try different wings. And if you, like I said, if you want to come over here, we have a ton of. I can't pull this laptop and show you how many wings we have right now.
10.
10
Yeah,
wings.
just fly from Nevada to Arkansas. No problem. You might
Yeah.
have to charge a few times.
We got 10 different styles of wings over
Get a
here.
solar wing.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
right.
to do that.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Oh, yeah, we got so many wings over here. Come on over. And John Wayne, looks like John Wayne might be coming over for a week. That'd be really cool. So John Wayne, can't wait, brother. Woo!
Oh, that'd be fun.
I know, right? Lots of videos
Yeah.
with that. Mike, man, it was awesome seeing you,
Great.
bro.
Thanks for having me on.
Man,
It was a good time.
The legend, the
That's right.
Madsloper.
Ah,
Very cool.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so
Thanks
much,
for having
Mike.
me on. Thanks, Linda.
Oh,
Sean,
it's fun.
you guys. I enjoy watching your show every week. When I get a chance, if I don't catch your show, it's probably because if it's hockey season, forget it. Hockey is on. My Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup this year.
Huh?
There you go.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I don't
I'll
know.
be on the show.
I love hockey, yeah, but Detroit Red Wings, of course. So even
been a
though
while.
they didn't get into the playoffs and all that stuff, or did they?
No,
anyway.
this year.
No, I just watch baseball. Watch my Detroit Tigers. I know. I can't wait for football too. So
I can't wait to go flying.
Yeah, I can't wait to go flying. And hopefully this weather clears up. We're getting
We can send all this wind down your way, Sean. I mean,
We have lots of, look at this, blue sky out there right now, and we are ready to go out and run into the sky here in just a moment. Sunset is not for another half an hour, and we have
You-
scopes, which means that we can go out and fly for an hour right
you
now.
and the green gobbler. I'm just.
Me
I'm
and the
working
green
on 20.
gobbler.
I'm working on 20, getting closer, Steve.
Sean, a question.
Yeah, you got me beat, Butch. You got me beat, bud.
I love it. What's that, Mike?
You don't have any real mountains over there, so you don't have to worry about katabatic air after sunset.
No, we don't, which is really awesome. Now, if you wanted to free fly, we usually go over to Oklahoma into the mountains there.
Oh, they got
But I like staying over here at when it's last hour. Man, smooth, butter smooth. I don't care how turbulent the wind is all day long. That last hour and that last half hour after sunset, butter smooth. So we get hour and a half in the morning, so half an hour before sunrise and an hour afterwards, and then an hour before sunset and a half an hour. We get 3 hours in. That's butter smooth every day.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is
Very
it?
cool.
I've never flown over grass or green fields anywhere. Are they pretty smooth to fly over green fields with the paramotor?
Yeah, I have no problem foot dragging pretty much anything. Just don't foot drag gravel roads.
Not if you want to keep your prop,
Not if you want to keep
Do
your
you guys-
prop or anything else.
right?
Do you guys
Just
get
learn.
rocked when you go over like a big blacktop parking lot or something? Do you get thermals off of those? Do you get
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
wrapped
Yeah,
around it?
we'll definitely get some lift off of that. So you got to be careful when you're doing something like that. Actually, it's not bad going to it because now you get the lift, but going over it, then you're going to get a little bit of sink. But, you know, if you're going fast enough, it's really no big deal. But yeah, come on over, Mike. We'll have some
I'll
fun.
have to come over sometime. Arkansas.
Yeah, man. See what it's like to feel the natural state.
Yeah. Bring it
And all
in.
the green.
Yeah,
You
it's green over here. You know what? It's green over here even during the wintertime, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
what about when isn't that eclipse that's next year, right?
That's
Yeah.
April 8th, I think, and that's going to be the eclipse. It's going to be one of the longest eclipses, and it's going right overhead, which means that we get the maximum.
That would be the time to fly right there when the
Seven-
total eclipse happens.
7
Boom.
minutes, I think that we're going to have totality, and I want to be in the air for that because I want to get up there before before it happens, while it's going to totality, fly around because hey, how cool is that, right? And then when we're done, I
Have a ground dwellers setting off fireworks while we're up there.
ground dwellers, yeah, those darn ground dwellers. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna have a bunch of tiny houses out here and campers. And if you want to, just bring your camper over here or any type of tent, and you can stay over at our LZ for free. So
That's nice.
come on over next April 8th because if you want to get a hotel, they're about $1,000 that night, just because they're
One
max.
night.
What's that? What'd you say?
$1,000 for just one night for that April 8th.
Oh yeah, I mean it's already booked up right now. You can't find anything. Can't find anything. And then they're scalping them for 1,000 plus.
Oh,
Man,
Well,
that's
camp-
ridiculous.
better to camp out under the stars anyway.
Over
It's that
here.
value added tax that gets you.
It's something to see. We had it in Georgia a couple of years ago, and I got to see it. It's amazing to see. There's no question. The freaking aura that goes around it when it's total is badass. It just is.
It's totally badass.
It is, man.
Totally.
Yeah, I can't wait
All
to
right.
see it.
If we don't have anything else for anybody else, my name is Sean Symons, also known as PPG Grandpa. You can always find me at ppggrandpa.com, but I'm always over here at paramotorarkansas.com, flight school, and now we're also running the nonprofit organization, runintothesky.org, and just having a blast over here. Like we said, we're building up our new school. So if you're interested in nominating someone that is a disabled veteran, go over to runintothesky.org and fill out the form. We already got a couple of people that have been nominated, so make sure you nominate. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. Madsloper, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Can't wait till next Monday.
Thank you,
where I
Mike.
see you in the super chat again. I'm like, I
Oh, yeah.
know that guy.
We tapping away.
That's right. That's right.
It's nice to put a face to the pseudonym
It is.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
and a name to it.
Definitely. And
Real
thank you so
name,
much.
yeah.
And thank you so much, JB from jbppg.com, donating the stickers. Thank you, Jim, the maple syrup smelling money guy from carepp.com up in Canada, eh? That's what it's all about. And let's see, paraglidingtalk.com on Thursdays.
Yes.
Steve is going to be doing his.
But don't forget, Just Want to Fly on Wednesday
Wednesday, yeah.
nights with paramotorgirl.com. So be sure to
yep.
catch her show on Wednesday. And I didn't mean to interrupt, but I got just really excited. You know how I do that. Because you know how I am on my show. You know how I get. The paraglidingtalk.com on Thursday nights with your host, Robert Michaels. Come hang with us. We have so much fun, really do. All right, back to you, Grandpa.
Yeah, it's definitely. See, you're not interrupting me on my show. You're just taking over the host position on your show. That's all that is. You're the hostess with the most.
There you go.
So,
That's right.
paraglidingtalk.com on Thursdays. Scuba Steve is paramotordude.com on Fridays. We got Paramotor Girl on Thursdays.
Love
And
you,
of
Jane.
course,
Ah,
clearprottv.com
Much love for me,
on
baby.
Mondays. You can always find me at ppggrandpa.com or iflyparamotors.com. Help us over at runintothesky.org. You guys stay here. We're going to say goodbye to everybody on the live stream. We're going to chat for about 5 minutes because we still need to go fly.
Love you, chatters.
Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.